Scriptures do say that, okay? She shall be saved through childbearing. How did that child get in there in the first place? Through sex, man. All right, once again, it has to be marriage. The word marriage itself is something, it has to be constantly, damn. Hold on. It has to be constantly nourished with sexual intercourse, man. All right, why? Because that's what men want. All right, yeah, men have testosterone. I mean, you women, you're not that stupid, are you? You're not that slow. You know that men have a lot more testosterone than y'all do. And testosterone is one of the main hormones that makes men horny, quote unquote horny. All right. So yeah, the men of the Lord, we regular men, man. We horny too. All right. We get sex. Like, you know, you guys make it seem like, yeah, go get some pussy, you know, go get a job. Like, we don't have these things. Like, we're regular men, man. Brothers drive, brothers got jobs, brothers got families even. All right. You people got to understand that, man. All right, we be transparent to a certain extent on the camera, but when you meet us off camera, all right, don't come with no expectation of what the fuck you think we are and what, you know, oh, I didn't know you ate pizza, like, you know, some stupid shit like that or something, man. You know, certain things that we into and we like, certain type of music. You know, you can't, you women, man, you shouldn't even, like, if you're even thinking about coming in with that spirit, I mean, you in for a rude awakening, and really, you just really wicked, man, really. I mean, that's not your purpose in a man's life, okay? Your purpose in a man's life, if you coming into this truth, especially dealing with a man of the Lord, is to make his life more peaceful, man. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. Your job is to basically ease the stress and the burden that this man has to face on a daily basis, man. And there's certain things that, guess what, you'll never be able to do, like fighting thoughts. You know, you women can't really help us do that. How can you help doing that? You ever heard of something called post-nut clarity? You know, go look it up, man. It frees your mind from distractions. You know, you get that euphoric, your brain goes into that euphoric state, and it's easier to focus. It's easier to, you know, to do things. You get more motivated. All right, that's a real fucking thing, man. All right, so yeah, you women have a job to do, man. At the end of the day, that's the point what I'm bringing this out. You're not just coming here to look pretty. You're not coming here to tie your head wrap on and, you know, put fringes and a border of blue at the end of your dress. You're here to serve the men of the Lord, just like we serve one another, just as the men of the Lord serve Yahushai. Yahweh, why Yahushai? All right, you come underneath the order of Yahweh, why Yahushai through your man. So now you got to serve Yahweh, Yahushai, and your man. And how do you serve Yahweh and Yahushai? It's through your man. That's the only way you could do it. All right. If you out there, all my single ladies out there, you know what I'm saying? You sisters, hey, I know you want to get with a man of the Lord. All right. And that's why I'm doing these lessons. No woman. Hey, first of all, hold on. Any of you sisters out there, none of you women should want to be single. None of you women should be in the spirit of wanting to be on your own. If you say you a believer and you understand all of this and you listening and watching the videos, that should be all of y'all spirit. But guess what? The majority of y'all is not fit to be with us, man. That's just the truth. And if that sounds proud to you, man, fuck you. It ain't pride. It's the truth, all right? It's the truth. Like, a lot of men is not fit to be in the camp. And that's why you have men come and go. And that's why we got to be humble in this truth, because it could be us at any point in time. And we know that. And guess what? That's something that we think about, and it's part of our walk and part of the cross that we bear. You know, we think about these things. What if, you know, the Lord tells me, you know, Matthew, I think it's 7, right? When it said, I never knew you. That's scary, man. All right. So none of us are walking around like we got a guaranteed ticket on a chariot. But the things that we're doing, the works that we're doing, just as our Lord Yahushua told the people, he said, believe me, at least for the very work's sake. I mean, you have to acknowledge the work that we're doing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. We don't boast in it, but you still got to treat us a certain way, man. There's still a certain way that a prophet is supposed to be treated and respected amongst Israel, amongst you people, man. You Hebrew Israelites out there. All right, men and women. And quite frankly, a lot of y'all don't have the proper conduct, man. Y'all treat us like shit. And I'm just being honest, man. All right, I'm being honest as a man. A lot of you people out there, you really treat the men of the Lord like shit. And you really do not help our walk in this thing. So when we choose not to deal with you and we choose to stay away from you, you got to understand we being selfish for our salvation. You know, we're not here to save you people, man. We here to prophesy to you so you could basically, in a way, you know, this might sound, but yeah, to save yourself. But really, it's Yahweh. Obviously, it's Yahweh and Yahweh Shai that's going to save all of the elect of Israel. But yeah, man, like when you come into this, that's supposed to be your mentality. I want to be delivered. If you're a woman, same way. You want to be saved, right? You don't want to be fucking gang raped out here by all these men and eaten alive, and right? You don't want to be chased down by a wild pack of animals because your coochie stink because you haven't had tampons in a month or whatever, in a couple months. You bleeding all over yourself, and you know what I'm saying? Them animals could smell all that funk. You don't want to, right? You don't want to go through that. You want to be protected, do you not? You want to be saved. So this is how you do it. The scriptures give you clear instruction on how you're going to please the man of the Lord, what he likes, what men like. The scriptures, all over the scriptures, it ain't about what you women like. The Bible is not about you women. All right? The laws that are set up are not for you women, really. It's really for the men. Telling us how to deal with you when you bleeding, what we supposed to do. You supposed to be separated from us for 7 days until your blood is cleared. Things like that, man. You know, the scriptures is really for men, first and foremost. So that means that what? All the benefits of keeping the law, first and foremost, it benefits men. All right? It pleases Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. That's the first, thing you should understand. All right? These laws and righteousness, it pleases the Lord. So, of course, we want to keep the law perfectly, but we can't right now. But in the kingdom, we will. But guess what? It's going to be mostly to benefit men. And then after men are benefited, then his family is benefited. Just as the scriptures say, through the blessing of the Father is the household. What does it say? Let me go to it real quick. It's in the Apocrypha. Let me grab it real quick. Slakia. It's gonna take me a while. I gotta scroll through. I gotta wrap this thing up, man. Ecclesiasticus 3:9. It says, for the blessing of the father establisheth the houses of children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations. So what's the foundation of a household? We just read it in 1 Corinthians 11, man. Matter of fact, hold on. Did we read it? Did I ever go to it? Now I'm kind of had a brain fog or whatever.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. Lord willing, y'all can hear me. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders in Great Millstone who've been ruling well through the Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put on their spirit to endure. Mighty shalom to the hopeful elect scattered four corners of the earth, in and out of congregations, teach His words and believe in His word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put on their spirit to endure. For the wives and single sisters, shalom. Lord willing, you can continue to be believers of this word. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. The video that the brother did, I really just wanted to screen record and just put it as a recap and a re-upload on my channel, because it hit so well, right? And we need to really understand what marriage is about, right? We need to understand the role of a man and a woman. They're not the same, right? But the brother hit the points. Y'all gotta go re-watch the video. Definitely go subscribe and like this brother page. You can see the page right there. It's called The Chariots of Israel 2, right? This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 14. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40. It says, let all things be done decently and in order, right? So we got to let everything be done decency and in order. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, and we're going to start at verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, right? Who the world calls Jesus, right? And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Hamashiach is the Most High, right? So it's very plain. The order is the man is the head, right? The man is supposed to get into these scriptures and be able to lead his family, let alone the woman itself, right? It's really about the man and the woman, right? If they have kids, it's about the kids that they have, their descendants, right? Now, just like if y'all rewatch this video, if that man take the initiative to cater and care for your kids, right? That's even more of, you should be looking at this man way different, right? We have to come in this thing trying to walk, right, in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And women, technically, you would have to go to a man to teach you really how to be a woman, right? Because it takes a man that's seeking and trying to understand Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for him to be able to teach and lead a woman how she should be moving. Let alone a man should be telling a woman his desires, right? So that she can be that high tower. A woman's supposed to maintain her husband, not maintain and control what he can and what he can't do. Maintain him by being at peace. This man can be stressful, let alone marriage. It involves sex, right? You should be throwing it. Hey, it could be times where he don't want it, right? Women outside of that man, you have to be paying attention to them kids, right? That's the number one focus. A man's supposed to really spiritually be in his bag for ruling. He got to have the mindset of ruling, right? Leading, correcting, and judging, right? And this is what the true men of the Lord, they're going out to the highways and byways, because this truth is not just only for that man's household, right? He's out here to wake up the elect men and women, right? When we go to First Ezra, the 4th chapter, and I'm gonna start at verse. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "Then the second that has spoken of the strength of the king began to say, O ye men, do not men excel in strength, that bear rule over sea and land and all things in them," right? That women need to understand. All women need to understand the man really rules everything. And it doesn't matter if a man is poor, he's the lowest low, like that one black girl on TikTok. I would never marry or listen to a man that's a slave. I'm gonna marry the oppressor, right? It doesn't matter if you're poor, broke, wicked, or righteous. A man rules in general. But if you are an Israelite man or woman, you have to know the Israelite man is above any man on the earth, right? We lost that understanding of knowing the prize is in a righteous man, right? It says, verse 3, "But yet the king is more mighty, for he is Lord of all these things," right? So he is Lord over, he ruled the sea and the land and all things in them. All things that's in the sea and all things in the land. Look what Esau doing. He's patrolling the seas, right? It's certain things. I was just watching this video. The lady said it's certain crabs. Like if their claw go a certain length, or it's a certain type of crab they can't even take. Only thing that they could take is they can cut his claw, his freaking crack claw, and go make freaking claw stew. But they can't take the whole crab, right? They put laws on the sea when you can fish for this fish or get that fish, right? Because a king, a man in general, is supposed to rule, right? Really, an emperor, right? It says, "And have dominion over them, and whatsoever he commandeth them, they do." So whatever a man commands, anything, the sea, animal, they are supposed to do, right? Let me just get this, right? And I'm not going to keep it long because the brother, he did phenomenal. I don't need to add nothing. It's just certain things that is just these few little, I just want to add my 2 cents. So bear with me. This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. "Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception, which go into pain. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children." And when you hear what the brother's saying, if that man want 20, you're going to bring forth those 20. And if you can't do it, you better team up and get another woman or another one, right? Because if that man desire it, you have to give it. Let's see. and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Right? So a woman really is she should be a yes man, let alone if he's a righteous man. We talking about getting out of the Western mindset. The Western mindset. All you have to do is just listen to your man. If he is a true teacher, look, he's gonna go in these scriptures, and you're gonna just accept it and change. You're going to try your best to do it today, tomorrow, the next day. We know the flesh is not willing, but the spirit is. Right? Sometimes we got to circle around these same scriptures over and over again. So, thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. The man rules over you. Right? Now, if he's a man of the Lord, right? That man of the Lord is not about to have you. Oh, you know what? I want you to go lay with this girl. You know what? I want you to go do this drug. I want you to go to the club. No. A real man is going to really preserve, just like he just said. He's going to have her hitting. Deuteronomy 28, I believe, if that's 54, I believe it's 56. Women didn't even want to touch the ground, right? Someone be like, oh, you want to keep me hitting? You don't want nobody to see that you got a girl. What? Hell yeah, I don't want nobody to see I got a girl so another nigga can lust. Then you start feeling yourself. Then you got to tell me, oh, this dude holler at me. Maybe you should have been somewhere else. A man's wife should not even be getting hollered at. Now, we know in this society, all you got to do is just say, hey, I got a man. But some men don't give a damn. So let's just read this verse. This is Deuteronomy 28:56. It says, the tender and delicate women among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her feet upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter. How can it be evil? She's going to go up against him. What the Lord said in Isaiah, right? The kids will be oppressors and women will rule over you. Right? A woman don't care how much money she feel like she has the title to say this and that. Women, you just build the house, how you want to decorate it. But if all hell break loose, if the man wanted to get critical, you can get kicked out and that whole house can be his. The man is the discipliner, executioner, the corrector. He is the judge. A woman's supposed to really look at this man like he's a Mashiach Yahushua. This is a fact. And if a woman had the fear of the Lord, she would yield all the time. But this is how you know being in this flesh and not working on our emotions and feelings, it will overpower you. And you'll hurry up to try to have the last minute. You'll let your thoughts get into you. You have to always think of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and think, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, this is a man of the Lord. A man of the Lord is not going to think, I want crack. Even if he dealt with a woman, or if he's like, you know what, I'm about to have his brother come to the crib, or however, this man is going to move a certain way. Most brothers don't want to deal with a woman unless she wants to get in order, right? So, however that brother want to deal with her, that woman is just going to shut up and accept it because she's going to worry about her own self. This is a real game. And most men don't know how to freaking be men, right? A lot of men just want to be in the face of a woman all damn day, worried about that damn Karuchi all damn day, but not willing to tell her, occupy yourself on them children. Occupy yourself on making a garment. You better make arts and craft in here. You better cut up some shirts, skirts, or some pants that you're not using and exercise your talents. Because the more a woman just sitting down, the more she worried about what you doing or with this person. Or she analyzing, oh, I'm not good. Or I'm insecure. Oh, I don't look good to him. The man didn't get you to think to do all of that. You're supposed to play your role as a wife and a mother and stay in your lane. Right? So a woman that's seeking, that's a true believer, she's going to think and be like, you know what? I really don't want the soles of my feet to be on the ground. So she's not going to be, oh, I'm having a night out with my friends all the time. I know in this society we already hear you're going to do certain things that's of the world, but you're not worldly. As long as it's not unrighteous, you can go do it. But women are still going to have the consideration in their mind, I got a husband, right? We got more to do with teaching than trying to go do something. We stress more about bills and this. We can't even travel the seas, and we'll try to go do something exotic, but we ain't gonna work on our emotion and feelings every day. Sometimes you gotta look at when we do something of the world, something fun, just one time. Imagine how hard you go for that fun, and look how hard you go for the Lord. Every day, every week, every month. Just that one time you have fun, you gotta always look. You probably outdid yourself in this ministry, right? Let me just get this, and we're gonna finish because it still goes to a king ruler. So, First Ezra, chapter 4, and we down at verse 5. It says, "If he bid them make war the one against another, they do it. If he send them out against the enemies, they go and break down mountains and walls and towers." From verse 1 all the way down to verse 5, you still don't see nothing about no king and a woman. Right? Because it's natural for a man to have a woman. But the woman is not the end all be all. Men are supposed to be occupied, man. In this America, it has you so stuck, right? If yes, this is why I even love it even more for a woman to have kids, because it makes more action in your household. It makes the woman be more occupied, right? And your other kids, instead of sweating you, right? You should be a man, right? When the kingdom come, a man is going to be still excited about their glorified bodies. Men are men. Men go jump around and do cartwheels and backflips and trying to go play basketball, go work out. You know what? Let's spawn each other. Let's fight. You know, brothers is gonna be able to control elements. Brothers is gonna be on the go. Your brothers is gonna have mansions, which we might have families in other planets, other places. Brothers' minds is gonna be way beyond. Let alone love making in the kingdom is gonna be way advanced. Women, you gonna get it put down with the put down. We gonna have glorified bodies. So a lot of men are gonna have more women. The Lord created women for men pleasure. And guess what? Your women is still gonna take the back seat, but you're gonna be more glorified than what you are now, more beautiful. You're not gonna ever be a headache in the kingdom. You're gonna always think about being a peace to your husband. Something you're gonna do to make him smile. And you're gonna, I don't want, do you need this? I don't want, do you want this? And let alone, we can just probably use our mind to tell you, we could be somewhere in a whole other planet, babe. I'm over here with your sister, but I'm gonna want this meal, and I'm gonna want this, and then that. Boom, you're gonna have it as soon as he comes. It's gonna be ready. In this society, the best thing you do is like you are a servant for your husband. When he open his mouth and say, "Hey, yo, love," then you move. If he ain't saying nothing, just stay on your course. Be that beautiful woman in the house and attending to your children until he say he needs something, right? Because a man is a ruler. He gives out the order, and that's what you see. It says, if they get the victory, they bring all to the king, as well the spoil as all things else. These servants, they give all the spoil. They could have just said, let me put it in my pocket. Right? Because the king is the one that's going to give out, you know what? You did a good job, huh? Here you go. The king get to see all the stuff y'all got, and then he get to decipher on what everybody get. That's what you call a ruler. Most of us men is not a real ruler in our own house. Right? It says, likewise for those that are no soldiers and have not to do with wars, but use husbandry, when they have reaped again that which they have sown, they bring it to the king. Right? These people sown, they reaped what they sowed, and guess what they did? Brought it all to the king. So a woman, you should really humble yourself. Some of y'all women ain't on that level yet. Half of a woman haven't even been on the level. They'd be like, I made $2,000 this week. You know, I'm about to give it to my husband. We not on, a lot of y'all not on that time. Right? It's just, I'm just showing. When a man really rule, man, submissiveness, yielding, how a woman talk, right? How a woman move in a household is way different when we really look in the scriptures. It says Sarah obeyed him. The Lord didn't give examples of Sarah going against Abraham because she knew how to be a wife. But the Lord shows examples on this and that. Look at Hosea. He had to get a whore wife. And the Lord probably used a lot of men of the Lord, and they came back in his truth. And guess what? They got a harlot as a wife. When you look at it, some of these women have children by other men that's still living on the earth. A lot of you women are still not even that man's woman. Right? And the Lord made that man just like Hosea. You got a woman that was in Christianity just like you was. Guess what? We harlots too. We was in the world going here, to, and fro. As a woman, it don't look good at all. And as for a man, it don't look good. Because we supposed to be the first one under Hamashiach Yahushai to be teaching his word and receiving his word. You women supposed to be the first one to receive it under a man. Right? It's hard to go outside and be like, I want a virgin. So most of us is going to have to marry a woman that is a woman that been touched. The same way you bent her over, you did all of this, a man already did it. Oh, let's not worry about how many people. Guess what? For a man, in the scripture wise, a man had to look and be like, dang, would you tame it? Women wasn't walking, is you a virgin? How many baby moms you got? Men had more control. A man can have 1,000 kids and say, hey, I got 4 wives at home. I want you to be my wife. Back then, it was normal. Right? Women want I want a man that don't got no kids or one. It's a girl that I know on social media. She was saying, I got 3 kids, but when I get a dude, I don't want him to have no kids. What? You out your living rabbit mind. A man of the Lord come up, hey, yo, I seen you attractive. I'm new in the town. And then you start liking them. And then next thing you be like, look, yo, you starting to be my wife, but I want you to know I got 6 other wives at the crib. So this is how I move. You got to get in order. She not used to how you move, and now reality just hit her. Like, women have to really understand your role is really the bench. You are a woman. Be a woman. Don't go over your pay rate. Right? And through the spirit, that is one of the best positions on the earth outside of a man. Because if you couldn't be a woman that's an Israelite, go be a freaking Edomite. Go be an African booty scratcher. Be a man or a woman in that nation. Because that's the only role you was going to get as an Israelite. Is whatever the Lord gave you. And the Lord made you a woman, play your damn role. The Lord made you a man, pull up your pants and get it right and get it tight. You should be teaching his word as much as you can, examining yourself, knowing that you is a man, and you should be correcting your own self. Let alone you should be around men that is going to see your bullshit. Right? Brothers should be tightening up just like the brother told me off of a dance video. And I started thinking like, yo, you know what? Let me move my funny on the side. Right? Because I could be doing all these videos and Jake is cool and laughing. But as soon as I do a true video, they had just disappeared. And this is how you know you just entertaining a lost Jake. But it's not a sin to do those things. But it's for me, I'm going to still do those videos. But I'm going to still make sure if I'm doing this video, this video, this Judah Mysterio video, make sure I'm doing more videos of the Lord, more edifying videos. Make sure I'm meaning it. Make sure each video I'm doing, I'm examining myself. When I wake up, examine myself, right? You should have a game plan on what you're going to do that day. If I'm chilling, I'm chilling. But make sure you get it in the next day. Because we picked up these scriptures. And if you want to be a teacher, you have to examine yourself more than the word examine. Lord willing, this was edifying, like I said.